Welcome back to the channel, guys. On today's video, we're going to talk about making your photography portfolio, why you need one, and how to make one online for free. My name is Sam. I'm a photographer with 12 years experience, and I teach photographers all over the world how to run their business and how to grow. Like I said on today's video, I'm going to walk you through step by step how to make a free portfolio online. Before we get into the how, let's get into the why. Why do you need a portfolio? You need a portfolio because websites are just too general. You want to make a portfolio to help target specifically to your clients and to your niche. Sometimes if they go into your website and they don't see what they're looking for, they might feel like this isn't for them and they might go look elsewhere. When you have a portfolio, this is a great way to talk to them directly. This is also a perfect way to simplify your offering. If you have more than one niche and you feel like your website is too confusing, people can simply get access and download the niche that is specific to them. This also means you can create different portfolios to cater to different client needs, which means it gives you a lot more control and you can be a lot more specific. You can cater exactly to your client needs and what they want to see. If you're watching this video, that means you're in the process of learning why and how to build a photography portfolio. I have another video on my channel called How to Build a Photography Portfolio, what you need to include and why. And that video is going to walk you through the specific of what you want to include. How many images, how much variety, how many pages, contact information, etc, etc, etc. So take a look at that video for the information on what goes inside your portfolio. So let's jump straight into it. How are we going to make a portfolio online? We're going to use Canva. Let's get on the computer and I'll show you exactly how to do this. All right, guys, welcome to Canva. You can see as I scroll that I have been using this for a very long time. I use it for everything, Instagram stories, for templates for my students. I use this for portfolios, of course. I use this for literally everything you can think of. My contracts are made here, my agreements are made here. Anything you can think of, I created in Canva. I used to use Photoshop all the time, and to be honest, this is so much easier and so much simpler. I don't know why you're not using it yet. Okay, so what I want to show you, of course, today is how to do a portfolio, but I want you to know that there are so many different options that you can do here. So when you go create design, it's going to ask you what you want to do. Do you want a document? Do you want a whiteboard? Do you want an Instagram story? And you can actually just browse the different options that exist, or you can simply search on Canva. So you can look directly for templates, or you can look for your own projects. I'm gonna look for templates here so we can do one from scratch together. And let's test portfolio. Great. So I find that I like creating my portfolios horizontal. It is completely up to you if you want to create a vertical version or a horizontal version. Let's look for something that looks nice. You, of course, have the paid version or the free version. So if you want to just stay with the free version, make sure that you look for a template that doesn't have the little paid sign. I'm going to look for one that fits kind of our look for photography. This one seems to be... Okay, sorry, this one is paid. I'm gonna keep looking. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to define it further. I'm gonna call it photography portfolio, and then we're gonna pick something that fits. Let's look at this one. I love this. These images are really big. They have a really nice composition, but I just don't know if there's enough photos per page, so I'm gonna keep looking. All right, I've done a little bit of scrolling. I'm gonna go with this one because I think it's a better fit for what we're trying to do here. You can look at all the pages. Love that. And we're going to go with customize this template. So it's going to create a copy and put it in your account, and then you can go in and start editing. So you can choose here if you want to use all of the pages or if you want to just select some. You can actually select which of the pages you want to include. I don't think we need a content page. However, I'm going to apply all pages so we can get started, and then we can remove the pages that we don't need. So once the pages are added to your project, you can go in and start editing them. I'm going to remove our second page for the content because it's not going to be that big of a project that we need to break it down. We want to keep it simple, and I love the about me, but I'm going to actually move it all the way at the bottom because I think that will be a great last page. There we go, that's the last page. And since I don't think we need a whole 2 pages for about me and contact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy these elements, and you can click and drag to copy everything. And rather than copy, I'm gonna group them because it's gonna allow me to make them smaller all together. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna move this to this page, and we're gonna deal with this in a little bit. But for now, I'm going to delete this page. We have our last page here, and then we have our portfolio pages. So it's completely up to you what kind of design you wanna do. And we'll get started. I'm gonna add some images so we can use them for the project, and while they load, I'm going to show you what these elements look like. So you're going to see at the top here different options. Like you've seen just now, this one is going to move your page up and down. I want it to be the first page, so I'm gonna move it back to the top. The next one is going to lock your page. So if you love it and it's done and you don't wanna accidentally delete it or change it, you can just simply lock it. This is going to duplicate your page. So if you love what you've done and you just simply wanna duplicate it, that's the best way to do it. You can delete a page or you can add a new page. Okay, so our images are finished loading. We are going to be able to start dragging and dropping. And what you do is you grab it on the side and you drag it on top of where you want to replace. That's a great spot. Now, if you don't want this to be black and white, I actually don't necessarily mind it on the cover, but on the rest of the images, we're gonna have to play with it. You simply click on the image and then you go edit image, and you make sure that your settings are what you want them to be. So in this case, I'm gonna get rid of the saturation, which is going to make the image back to color. I also realized that you can't really see the background because of this. So I'm gonna click on this little square. And again, at the top here, you can use the different settings. You can change the text, font size, color. I'm going to make sure that the background is really transparent. And I'm actually going to put my name here. And I'm gonna make it a little smaller so it fits. There we go. And at the bottom here, I'm gonna call it photography portfolio. Here we go. And you can also stretch it on the sides. There we go. And then with this little arrow here, you can make sure that it's centered. All right, guys, I think this needs a little bit more. So if you want to select all of this to move it, the first thing you want to do is actually lock the picture in place because it's going to move it otherwise. There we go. And then you can select everything else and we're going to move it to the top. I'm going to make small modifications here just to show you that you can do whatever you want. But I'm going to move this title a little bit up. Same with the bottom one. And then I'm gonna just make this smaller. Here we go. All right, we are good to go. That is our first page. Let's move on to the next one. So it is totally up to you if you wanna have some writing. For me, it is always all about the picture. So I would actually get rid of this text here. And if I can, I'm going to make the image a little bit bigger. This is, again, a total choice and it's completely up to you, but I think the images speak louder than words. So I'm gonna start dragging and dropping my images, and you want them to kind of match and make sense in terms of color, in terms of theme. So you're gonna wanna match images that kind of feel like they go together. I don't like that these are all black and white, so again, I'm going to actually get rid of all of the settings they have here. And of course you can just pick a template right off the bat that has what you want, but because I really like the display of this one, I knew how simple it would be to remove the black and white filter. Here we go, that's our first page. Like I said, I'm not necessarily interested in having text. I'm actually gonna remove this page altogether. I really like this one, and I really like this one. So what I'm gonna do with this one here is I'm going to remove the text, and I'm going to pick the photos. I'm going to copy and paste them. So I did Command A, Command C, Command V for anyone on a Mac, or you can use this button here. You can go copy, then you can go paste. I'll show you how you do that. You select them all again, and then you go copy and then you go paste. Here we have the images, and we can actually just move them exactly to the side. You have all the guidelines to snap into place, and now we have 4 images. So again, you simply drag and drop. If you wanted, you could easily leave this in black and white. Like I said, would prefer to have this in color. So I'm gonna just quickly change that. I would recommend not doing the photo editing on Canva, but having your photos done and edited already previously on Lightroom or Photoshop, whatever it is that you use, because this is going to add a lot of because this is going to edit on top of the JPEG, and that's never a good way to edit. You always want to edit on your RAW and your images straight out of camera. So make sure that you have the images looking exactly how you want them to look. Of course, you can always modify a little bit here and there, but just keep in mind that it is better for the image to do this. So just keep in mind that it's better for your image and for the quality to do this on your editing software first. All right, we are done doing that. Now the images look the way I want. And the beauty of this is that now that it's been done, I could simply duplicate it, and I could just replace the images with my next set. Here we go. And if you don't like this one cut enough here, it's simple, we can delete this one and we can move it in the middle. There we go. And I love that. I think that's super clean, it's very easy. You can also double click on the image and you can zoom it in and out. So if you wanted, for example, the photo to be more about the girls in the middle, you can zoom it in and then you can just simply move it and reframe it. This is a great way to make sure that you're drawing attention to what is important about the image, and you can kind of finish your cropping on the file. Okay, we have one more template here that we can use. Again, I'm going to remove all of the settings. Probably would recommend that you guys are smarter than me and actually just pick something that fits your needs better. Or maybe you want to leave them in black and white. It's completely up to you. Here we go. And you can drag and drop your images as we go. Of course, my images are mostly vertical, so I might want to change the template to use something a little bit different. Yeah, as you can see, it's a little bit weird that it's cutting them off, so I might want to not use this kind of page or use something like this where I can just drag and drop the image in full. And then, you know, if you want to write something, you can, or you can even simply add an image by clicking on it and it will just automatically add it. So this could be really interesting as well, having the same image in black and white and color to really draw attention. And again, you can use the templates provided, or you can continue duplicating your pages and doing the work. So this is roughly how quickly you can make a portfolio. If you like this page, you could duplicate it, move it down, alternate. I would really suggest that you keep your templates kind of varied so it doesn't go from, you know, the same page to the same again. It's nice to have a little variety to keep people's attention on the images and to keep them excited to keep looking at your portfolio. There we go. Beautiful. And here we go. I'm gonna just jump over to another portfolio that I've already had made just to show you usually what I use, but I actually have this one that I made a long time ago, and I created it as a little masonry here, and then I simply copy the entire template and create a new one for a different type of portfolio. So this is my hotel and interior design portfolio. You can see I have kind of like a look over or an overview. You can kind of see there's an overview of what they're gonna see inside. And again, you can see the pages are very simple. I like to keep it clean. I like to make it all about the photography. And for some pages where the image is horizontal, I just blow it all the way up. For vertical images, I like to do the triplets, and so on and so forth. Of course, for my travel and interior and hotel portfolio, I have a lot more horizontal photos, so I do a mix and match of the different sections. But you can see it's a very simple design. Once you get to the bottom here, I added a page to include some of my past clients. I literally just drag and drop the logos. I found them online. I copy them. I did a screenshot and then I dropped them as an upload and then just added them here. You can change the sizes as you want and kind of organize them as you wish. And then at the bottom here, I have an about page. I always like to include a picture because you want people to know what you look like and be familiar with you. I have a quick contact card, and you can see if I click on the website here, it's going to have a little link, and that's because I created a hyperlink. So when somebody downloads this, they're going to be able to click there and go straight to my website. If somebody clicks here, they're going to be able to go straight to my Instagram, which makes things so much easier for them. And then I have a little bio. I only put a little bit of my bio, and then if people want to know more, again, I created a link here and I added my about page on my website. This is how you create those links. You just select the word that you want to use, and then you just simply click on the link and you just put a full website here. I'm not going to do it because we don't need it, but that's how you would do that. Once you're done, you want to go into exporting or share. When you click share, it's going to give you the different options. What you want to do here is you want to download. When you click download, you are going to pick your preferred option. I'm going to select a PDF standard because it's going to be best for emailing, and I want to include all of the pages. If there was a page that you didn't want to include, you can remove it. If you wanted to only include half of them, whatever you want to do, you can do that here. I'm going to have them all pages, and then I'm going to download. It's going to take a moment here, but it's going to export your full file as a PDF. It cannot be simpler than that. You can see that it is already downloaded here. You can open it as a PDF, and it is all here. Beautiful. And if you were curious to see the document size, for me it goes straight into my download folder. You can see it here, and you can see that the PDF is only 13.3 megabytes, so it's perfect for sending on an email. So that's it. That's how you use Canva to create a portfolio so fast and so beautiful. Thank you guys so much for joining today. I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you next time.